So, welcome back once again. Now, we talked about the significance of the written test. Then we discussed how to prepare for the written test. Then we talked about the significance of group discussion. And now we are going to talk about how to prepare for the group discussion. We have the 10 commandments for the written test. Now, these points I call as the 10 commandments for the group discussion. And the first commandment is building on your knowledge and awareness. You see, this is the first and the most important thing. During a group discussion, you will be talking about various things, the current affairs, the business and economy. You will be talking about the social issues. You will be talking about the technological trends, maybe several case studies. You may not be talking about all of them, but maybe one or two of these topics. And what topic you are going to speak about, that will be given to you at the beginning of the group discussion when you enter the room. So you have to be prepared with all the topics, all those things which may come to your mind or which are happening around you in the world. So how do you prepare for that? You have to follow the current news, follow the news channels on a daily basis for a period of say 15, 20, or rather, it is a continuous effort. It is a continuous thing. You have to be aware of what is happening in the world and look at the news channels which are unbiased. Look at both the views. Some news channels are very biased. They may be speaking only one point of view, but you have to speak or you have to be aware about what is happening in an unbiased manner. You have to read editorials, watch the discussions on the news channels, the various panels which come on the news channels. You have to watch them. Then prepare your own viewpoints on some common points. People on the television, in the newspaper, they may be expressing their views, but on the happenings in the world, you can have your own viewpoints, which you can discuss during the group discussion. All right. The second thing is about practicing structured thinking. Lot many thoughts may come to your mind, but what is important is a structured thinking. Use this idea framework. I for introduction, then discussion, then examples or evidence, and actionable conclusion. What does it mean? To begin with, first you have to present an idea. Some idea you have to present to open up a discussion. For example, what is happening in the global economic situation. You talk about this a couple of lines, then you give some logical points for discussion on which the people can discuss, like the tariff issues, what USA has done, how China has responded, what Canada is doing, how Mexico is reacting, something like that. You can give some logical points for discussion. And thereafter support your argument with some examples, like what USA has done and how China is now responding. All right. And then some suggestions from your side. Once the discussion is on, to conclude that, some suggestions from your side as to how you feel the situation could be resolved on any topic. It need not necessarily be economics or tariffs or anything. It could be about sports, it could be about environment or whatever. All right, so in this manner you build up the discussion. Now it is not going to be an easy talk for you. It will be a discussion. If you are told to give a speech, you can give a very nice speech on any topic. But a discussion is a different thing. It is different from speech. People will interrupt you. People will oppose you when you talk. And now it depends upon you how you steer all that and make a way for yourself in a dignified manner without arguing or without confronting with people. So remember that discussion is something different from a speech. All right. The third thing is about improving your communication skill. Ultimately, in a group discussion, you are communicating with people. So you have to speak very clearly and loud enough. Your voice should be not very low At the same time, you should not be shouting at the top of your voice. It has to be reasonable, loud, so that people can hear, people can get impressed with you. Avoid complex words and complex sentences. Keep your language very simple, which people can understand. Keep your sentences crisp and short. Don't speak in a manner which is very complicated, or which, nobody is trying to judge your expertise in a language. People are trying to understand you. And to make people understand, you have to be simple. Practice some opening statements on random topics. The most difficult thing in a group discussion is to begin the discussion. So therefore, if you are prepared with some opening statements on some random topics, and then when the opportunity comes during the group discussion to start the conversation, you can start with an opening statement. If you can start a discussion well, half the battle is won. All right? Then develop listening skills. You see, being a good listener is equally important, or rather, I feel it is more important than being a good speaker. If you can listen to people, you can impress people. Group discussions are not debates. Here, you don't need to have a counterpoint for every statement which is made by the opponent. You have to listen attentively, acknowledge others' point of view. When other people speak something, when they convey something, acknowledge that with nodding of your head, or with your expression. You can acknowledge that. And then when you have to speak, add value to the discussion. Don't just add noise, but add value to the discussion. All right. Then the fifth point is about controlled body language. Why I use this word control? Because at times when the discussion becomes heated, when a discussion turns into an argument, then your body loses control. You start making gestures which are annoying, which are not good, and not convey a good impression. So therefore, you have to control your body expression. You have to maintain a moderate eye contact. Do not keep staring at some people. Do not look down on the ground. Do not look at the ceiling. But confront people with your eyes. Look at them in their eyes on and off when you are talking to them. Sit upright. Do not slouch in your seat. If you slouch in your seat, it gives an impression as if you don't care. Then use open hand gestures. When you are conveying something, you have to keep your hands, your palms open and facing upwards. You should not, try to make a fist or thump the desk or show fingers at others. Just keep your palm open in a polite manner and try to express your feelings when you're talking. And then when others are talking, you acknowledge by nodding your head. Show that you are attentive. Show that you are acknowledging what other people are speaking. Do not appear to be bored or disinterested in the topic. And then the sixth point is to learn how to enter a discussion politely. What does it mean? See, this is very important. When people are speaking, and when people are speaking non-stop one after another, how do you enter a discussion without interrupting others? That is an art which you have to learn. You can try statements like, in a polite manner when there is a pause in the discussion. You can try with some statements like, okay, to build upon the previous point, like somebody is saying something, you can just, all right, you are saying a good thing, but to build upon your point, and then you can convey a couple of your points. Or you can say somebody has said something, you say, okay, I appreciate your view, what you are saying is very valid, but I would like to add something to it. In that manner, you can enter a discussion. Or something like, when people are speaking, you can just raise your finger and politely say, may I share a slightly different perspective? But don't try to dominate or interrupt a discussion. All right. Then the seventh point is about handling disagreements respectfully. Group discussion is all about disagreement. When you speak something, people will disagree with you. At times, you also will be compelled to disagree with people, and you must disagree when people do not have a valid point. When people are talking something absurd or something which is incorrect, then you have to disagree with them. You can't keep silent. That is also not good. But avoid objecting or having a head-on opposition or a head-on collision with other people. Do not be aggressive. Do not be sarcastic. Be polite. Disagree in a respectful manner. You may try sentences or phrases like, I understand your point of view. However, I have got something different to say. If somebody is saying something which you don't agree with, in a polite manner, you can say this. Okay, that's a valid point. What you are saying, I understand. You have a valid argument, but I believe in a different point of view. My views are so and so. So, in a polite manner, you can interject and convey your point to the people. A very difficult thing, but it comes with practice. All right? Contribute meaningfully. Always remember that quality matters more than the quantity. You don't have to speak a lot, but you have to speak sense. You have to speak logical things. Try to add value to the discussion. Do not add noise, as I said. Even if you speak less, you must speak things which matter. All right? If no one is introducing a topic, this is a very important thing. Normally, what happens to begin a discussion, nobody generally comes forward. This is the time when you can take the lead. You can start the conversation, introduce the topic, and then take the lead to do that. And then instead of talking vague things, instead of just talking in the air, try to provide some facts and figures. Support your argument or support your words with some facts and figures. And if the group is drifting away, if the group is deviating from the main topic, then you can try and bring them back on the track. You started something about, say, the tariffs, but then your talks goes towards some ethnic issues. So try to bring the group back on the track, the main topic of the discussion. That is very important. And then towards the end, you can take the lead to summarize the discussion. Once the discussion is over, the organizers or the recruiters may give you, say, about 15 minutes or 30 minutes. Once that period is over, the discussion has to be summarized. Generally, nobody will come forward to summarize. You can take the lead, but don't try to snatch the opportunity. If somebody has already taken the lead to summarize the discussion, don't try to snatch away that thing from the other person. That gives a very poor signal. All right. The ninth point, which is more important, is about mock group discussions. You have to practice. You can practice with your family, your friends. Gather your friends together, gather your family together, put across certain points, start a conversation, a discussion with them. This is very effective method and it will help you in overcoming your shyness. It will give you a real feeling of the group discussion. When your own family and friends oppose your point of view, you will get in real pressure. You will understand how much pressure will be there when you go through an actual group discussion. And you will also be able to receive feedback about your body language, about how you deliver, how you convey your points. All these things, you will get a feedback from your family and friends. So practicing mock group discussions before you actually go for a group discussion is very essential. And the last commandment, as I always say, this is not the end of the world. Anxiety, negative thoughts, all these will come to your mind. This is normal. All these negative thoughts did come to my mind when I was very young. It will come to your mind also. But remember, it is all normal. We are human beings. So such anxieties, negative thoughts are a part of our life. But try to avoid them as much as you can. If you are knowledgeable, if you are prepared, and if you know what the recruiters are looking from you or what they are expecting in a group discussion, then you will be confident. You will be able to handle it well. Just remember, what is it that recruiters are expecting from you in a group discussion? What is it that they are looking for? They are looking for a clear and confident communication. Are you able to communicate clearly and confidently? Do you have the required knowledge and awareness about what is happening in the world around you? Do you have logical reasoning? Can you support your argument, your points with some facts and figures? Or do you just keep speaking in the air about things which have no meaning? And the team orientation and the leadership potential. Can you become a good team member? Can you become a good team leader? How about your emotional maturity and respectful behavior? How do you conduct yourself during the group discussion? Are you arrogant? Are you polite? Are you respectful to other people? Are you shy? Do you try to dominate? And then the non-verbal communication and the body language. Certain things which you want to speak, you will be conveying through your tongue, through your speech. But a lot many other things are conveyed through your body language, your eye contact, your mannerism, your hand gestures, the way you are, conducting yourself, how you are sitting, how do you walk around. Those body language convey lot many things. And you see, group discussion is not about speaking the most. You don't have to talk a lot, but you have to talk sense. You have to give reasoning. You have to be polite. What you talk should have some meaning. It is about speaking effectively, contributing meaningfully, listening actively, and demonstrating maturity. So let the next group discussion become an opportunity for you where you can shine out and stand out. I wish you all the best. And in the next lesson, we shall be talking about some more things. All right.